Guys, so for the first technique that we're going to be going over, all of these techniques that we're going to work from are going to start with this same grip. Okay, when you guys are doing this, I'm trying to get a wrist control with both of my hands. Okay, and my goal here is to focus on one of his arms. Usually I try to focus on the arm that I don't want to end up arm dragging because I'm waiting for my partner's reaction. So this technique that you guys are going to be using is going to be based on an action-reaction type movement. So I'm going to be attacking one of my partner's arms and I'm going to wait for him to try and break one of those grips. So usually my partner is in this further distance. Okay. Of course, most of his attacks are going to be initiated with his hands. So your partner's going to be trying to look for grips. They're going to be trying to hand fight. They're going to try to control your knees, your ankles, and try and attack your guard. So this is the perfect scenario that you would try and attack this type of entry. So what you're going to be looking for is this wrist control. So you're going to be in this posture here where you're sitting down, your legs are in tight, and I'm trying to close distance and control 2-on-1 here. So I usually control on the wrist and then my other hand will go right on top of it, just like this. So I'm controlling this 2-on-1. For my partner to start breaking this, he's gonna try and reach for my hand, okay? He's gonna try and reach for this hand, try and strip my hand so that he can break that one off. Okay, especially in Nogi, like it's pretty easy to break grips whenever there's only one hand. You just have to circle and turn your thumb out. So knowing that, that he's gonna try and do this, I'm controlling here and he's gonna control this near hand. Okay, when he does this, this is my time to start going to this arm drag. So this is the setup I'm waiting for. I wait for my partner to control my wrist. What I'm going to do from here is my first step is I'm going to bring my right leg to the side. And that's going to be my base so that I can scoop my hips from side to side here. So that's going to help me take my hips off the ground and create angles. So whenever we're here, I control, he controls my own wrist, trying to break this. I'm going to bring my foot to the side and I plant my foot on the ground. Now from here, my left hand is going to release, okay? That's the hand that's not being controlled by my partner. So I release, and then I'm going to hold up right behind my partner's tricep here, okay? With that foot to the side, I'm going to help shift my hips, and I'm going to push his grip towards his hips. So I keep my hand on the wrist for now. I'm going to push it towards his hips, and then now I scoop my hips to the side, okay? When I do this, I usually break my partner's grip that he had on my wrist, and I keep this one here. Okay, that way it's an easy transition for me to start either wrestling up or going to the back or to get underneath my partner, which is the one we're going to focus on. I scoot in, I'm going to get basically a single leg, and I'm going to go with this shin-to-shin hook right here against my partner's shin. So I scoot in, I'm going to hug, and I'm going to get my arm as deep as I can. Okay, my head is going to be right here against my partner's hip, and my left hand is going to be blocking either against his lat or against his arm. Okay, and this is going to help keep him faced away and on his hands for now. So I push him away, I close that gap, and then now I'm going to start falling to my shoulder, elevating with my foot, and then now I extend my leg through, getting all the way to single leg X. Okay, so my foot comes up to the hip, I hook underneath my partner's legs, and the hips come up. So again, we're starting here. Our hand fighting. I'm trying to get 2-on-1. I wait for my partner to strip that grip. Whenever he holds, my first thing to do is bring my foot to the side. Okay, from here, my left hand will switch from my partner's wrist to up behind his tricep. When you guys are doing this, try not to just pull towards you. Okay, I focus on almost making this feel like a Kimura. So I want his shoulder and his elbow to come towards me, just like you would be doing a Kimura or an omoplata position. So from here, I bring his elbow down, and I get this motion going. Okay, and what helps me do that is because I'm pushing my hand in, his wrist is going to be going away while I'm pulling his elbow and his shoulder in. So I go here, and that's what creates that motion. Okay, so his shoulder comes down, but his arm is going between his legs. Okay, from here I can scoop my hips to the side, make him post, and then my hand just kind of slides around. This was on his tricep, it curls through, and now I'm framing on the back of my partner's armpit. Now I can start hugging, going shin to shin, and then falling to my shoulder so I can start lifting up and then elevating my hips to single leg X. One more time. So hand fighting. You can be messing with the neck too. I try and not let my partner see this pattern. So again, I'm going for the wrist that I don't want to arm drag. So if I'm better at arm drags on this side or this side, I would hold with this side on his wrist. That way I know this is the arm that's going to be coming, so I can start hitting my arm drag. So try and disguise that when you guys are hand fighting here. So mess with the wrist, mess with the head, mess with the bicep, and then you guys eventually get to here. Then your partner is gonna be tempted to try and hold on to your wrist. I bring that foot to the side, control the tricep, and now I hip switch. Boom, drag him down. I'm posting against the back of his arm, and then now I can close the distance with that hook. And then look how whenever I fall to the side, I'm falling to my shoulder. Okay, that makes sure that I'm pushing my partner this way, keeping his weight on his arms, while I'm making this leg light and lifting it in the air. So I push him away, lift, that foot comes in, and then now my left knee is gonna become my shield. So my left knee comes in, hips come up, and then now I close that gap.